Hey guys, how's it going? Talk a little bit about pro football first. Chargers barely beat the Raiders this week. That was a stressful game to watch. It drove me nuts. Um, and also we had the Cowboys winning against the Seahawks. Looked amazing. So two teams that people in our league tend to like. I'm not. I wouldn't call myself a Cowboys fan, so I wouldn't say that our league likes. But there are people in this league that likes the Cowboys. So that's cool that they're both playing well for once. Um, in our league, snappers turned down the wattage a little bit on the and had a victory on Watt. Um, Emmy, you started an injured Jake Locker. That would have been if you'd have started a quarterback. Maybe you would have gotten some points. And Jake Locker, come on, you need a trade. I got some good quarterbacks on the bench. Furtada ekes out a win against Rookie. Um, Again, Rookie got beaten by Kirk Cousins. I don't know how. Oh, Kirk Cousins, that's pathetic. And we're not even a points per reception league. Um, so Jenny, if you're looking for a quarterback upgrade as well, I think you can ask around. Sarcastaballs takes down the Escalators, but only wins by 5 with two running backs not being started. I don't understand how you don't start the running backs. Like, not just you started running backs on a bye or injured running backs. There's nobody in your running back slots. Like, I don't understand how you remove them from your slots and you don't have anything. That doesn't make any sense to me. Were you like adjusting your roster and then decided, I need to think about this, and then you didn't come back in time? I don't understand how there's no one in the slots. Um, anyway, Chuck, you still should have been able to win had you started a defense, and you didn't. And so the Bears scored 10. You would have won by 5. But either way, Thomas, your running backs were shitty anyway. They were either injured or they got 1 or 2 points. So you probably need to figure out a running back situation for next week. Babies beats the kids. Alex's strategy does not seem to be working. So maybe you want to think about a name change. Maybe that'll help you instead of what you're doing now. Um, Although, your team looked pretty good and had babies not had Cam Newton on a roster getting 36 points or whatever the hell he got. You might have won because you're actually pretty close. And then finally, Dead Eyes is beaten by the Bucks. I stay beaten even though I'm so frustrated. I put up goose eggs from 2 of my wide receivers, or from Larry Donnell, and then I think it was Cooks or some other douchebag on my roster. Had I just started Eddie Royal like I should have, he got 10 points. And had I not started the defense, because I got -3 for my frickin' defense, like I keep getting, the Bengals drive me nuts. I probably would have won, but that's either neither here nor there. The Bucks had a really good week, so that's a wrap up. And coming up this week, we've got the kids versus Sarcastaballs. So Alex, you might be able to pull a win out if he forgets to put a running back in the roster slot, which is highly likely. Um, and then the battle for 4 and 2s, we've got Snappers versus Frittata. I think that'll be a really good matchup, and I'm excited to see who ends up jumping up into the 5 and 2 ranks. Watt versus Cool Guy. Chance to get back on pace or to stay relevant. So either I'm going to be back on pace and up in the with the good records with you guys, or I'm going to be dropped down a tier. And then the battle for, I don't want to call it the Sacco because that's, I don't know. I don't like to use the popular terms. You guys know that. So we need to come up with something. Um, but the battle for the worst freaking record in our league, how's that? Is going to be Escalators versus Reluctance. So we will have a 1-6 team at the end of this week, and it's going to be pathetic. Well, I guess we could have a 1-6-1 team or 1-5-1, 2-1-5-1 teams. Does that make sense? If there's a tie, but and then the matchup of the week again is going to be the Bucks because you just keep winning. Um, but this time it's versus babies, and we'll see at the end of the week who's got the best record in the league. After this week, we will have a minimum of 2, maybe 3 teams that are 5-2. It depends on if I win or lose. But for sure, we'll have whoever wins the Snappers for Tata battle will be 5-2, and whoever loses, the babies, and Bucks battle will be 5-2, and we will have a 6-1 team, which will be awesome. And we will have now. This is all barring any ties, and we will have a 1-6 team. So it'll be we'll start to see some separation in the league, and yeah, Chargers versus Chiefs this weekend. I'm gonna be there. JD's gonna be there. Chuck's is gonna be there. Anybody else? We should hang out. The rest of you have a decision to make. Do you want to watch the Cowboys game and the Chargers game at the same time? One's on Fox, one's on CBS. And again, we should have either some 6-1 teams or 5-2 teams, whatever ends up happening with both of those games. And for those of you who are cool, the Royals playing the Giants in the World Series. I think we're all cheering for the Royals. I cannot stand the Giants, and I mean, I like Bruce Bochy and Tim Flannery and Jake Peavy who playing for the team, but I can't stand, 3 World Series in 5 years pisses me off to no end. So go Royals. It's the only team from Kansas City I'm going to cheer for. All right. You guys have a great one.